Hi, everybody, and welcome. And thank you so much for coming. And we're just going to start now doing that wonderful short meditation of just sending love and light to our beloved earth. Let's take some slow, deep breaths to get into that peaceful, receptive state. So we breathe in slowly and deeply. We hold our breath. We breathe out. And then we hold our breath. Let's do that for a few more breaths. Now let's listen for our heartbeat. Our heartbeat, which is a pulse of light coming down through the silver cord from our mighty I Am presence, anchoring in our heart, giving us life. Let's just see and feel and bless that heartbeat. That heartbeat that anchors into that beautiful threefold flame, which is the anchorage of our mighty I Am presence within our physical bodies. Let's just connect with that beautiful flame as we sit in that expanded golden flame in the center, golden yellow flame of wisdom and illumination, perception and discrimination. We see our bodies in this beautiful, dazzling golden flame. To the right, we can see the pink flame, that glorious, dazzling pink flame of pure divine love. And then we see to the left of us that beautiful, expanded flame, that sapphire blue, bringing into us the feeling of the will, the power, the faith, and the protection from our mighty I Am presence. See and feel and bless this glorious light. Let's take our awareness now up through the top of our head, through the silver cord, to our mighty beloved I Am presence. Let's see this glorious, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving presence smiling down on us. Our wonderful presence of God, I Am. And now we see in the center of our chest a beautiful golden sun forming, dazzling and brilliant like the noonday sun. The beautiful focus of light from our I Am presence. Open our hearts and send love and gratitude to our mighty I Am presence for beating our heart and giving us life. And now we see those rays from our beautiful sun in the center of our chest, dazzling and brilliant, billions and billions of rays, going forth and connecting up with each and every miniature sun in all the cells of our bodies, our four earthly bodies, all those little inner wakas receiving this expanded light. Let's feel the joy, the happiness, and the gratitude of each and every little inner waka of our four earthly bodies. Sense and see and feel that wonderful light saturating our earthly bodies. And now let's just fill our feelings with a feeling of love and gratitude. And let's call to the beloved Ascended Masters, the beloved Ascended Master David Lloyd, the great God of gratitude, to fill us, each one and all mankind, with this feeling, that light substance, from the Ascended Master realm of gratitude and love. We see our beautiful suns turning a deep shade of pink with a golden radiance. Gratitude and love for all our many, many blessings. Gratitude and love to the great ascended hosts for these marvelous teachings. Gratitude and love for all our loved ones and our friends. Gratitude and love for our homes and our supply. Gratitude and love for all the many, many blessings that we receive daily on our earthly journeys. Gratitude to the great and beloved elemental kingdom, animate and so-called inanimate, the beauty and bounty of nature. God bless, love and thank them, each and every precious one. Gratitude to the beloved angels, and gratitude to all life on our beloved earth. And now we see these rays in this wonderful expanded state, forming a lattice of light, dazzling and brilliant. We see our entire earth folded in this glorious pink and golden light, saturating every part of life on our beloved earth, especially those parts of life that are never loved or thanked, with this wonderful gift, our opportunity of sending love, light, and gratitude to all life. And we just give deep, deep thanks for this.
Oh, just it is such a lovely thing to send out love and gratitude. And so I'm just thinking who might like to read. Wendy, do you have a screen and mic that's working, Wendy? Beloved?
Yes, I do.
Hey, lovely. We love
I do, Anthea.
Thank you.
Before reading the words of a master, we say together with mics muted, as suggested by beloved Lord Kutumi, beloved presence of God I am. It is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life I am so grateful. Beloved Master Kutumi, I ask for your healing and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I am presence, take me within thyself, there instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you. From beloved Saint Germain.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, Wendy. All right, so we're going to continue, and it's just such a lovely part. We've come to chapter 8, God's omnipresent power. And it just does just prove the wonderful power of the light from our mighty I Am presence, that omnipresent power. And then we're going to listen to a video, how to work with the Ascended Masters. We did listen to it quite a while ago, but I just felt it was just a really good one to listen to again. And it's read by Gerald Craig, and it was so lovely to listen to him. So from the Saint Germain Foundations, from Unveiled Mysteries. And beloved Terry's now going to continue with Precipitation. It's our third week of learning all these important things. And then I'm going to continue with beloved Lord Gautama, and just words, absolutely marvelous words. And then beloved Antoinette will take us through a really important part of the evening or the day of saying our decrees and sending light out to the world. Okay, so we're going to listen now to Gerald reading this.
Slowly, color began to come back into the man's face, and he opened his eyes in strange bewilderment. God in me, still in charge, took him gently by the hand, and putting an arm under his shoulder, helped him to a large easy chair. Again it commanded, "My brother, look at me." As he raised his eyes to mine, a tremor passed over his body, and in a voice scarcely audible, said, "Yes, I have seen. I understand how wrong I have been. God forgive me." He dropped his head in his hands and hid his face, silent and ashamed. Tears began to drop through his fingers, and he wept like a child. "You will pay this dear lady $1,000,000, my God self continued, and give her a 10% interest in the mine also, for in the strike recently made is at least 10 million in gold ore." With deep humility and a strange sweetness, he answered, "Let it be done now." He requested his men this time, instead of ordering them, as was his former habit, to draw up the papers as had been directed. Mrs. Atherton and he both signed, completing the transaction. I turned to the others in the room and realized from the expression on their faces, all of them had been so lifted in consciousness they had seen beyond the human veil, each of them saying, "Never, so help me God, will I ever attempt to deceive or do wrong to my fellow man again." They had been raised to fully recognize and accept the God self within every one. It was late afternoon when this occurrence took place. Mrs. Atherton extended a cordial invitation to remain as her guests overnight and accompany her to Phoenix in the morning for the recording of the papers for the sale. After dinner that night, we gathered in the big living room before a large open fireplace. Everyone sincerely sought more understanding of the great cosmic laws of life. They asked how it happened I had come into this kind of knowledge, and I told them of the Master, Saint Germain, and the way I had met him. I related some of my experiences on Mount Shasta, and how in the course of our conversation in regard to the great cosmic law he had said, "My son, the great cosmic law does not discriminate any more than does the multiplication table, if one makes a mistake in its application, or electricity, when one who is ignorant of the law governing its use tries to direct its force without knowledge of the way to control it. The great immutable decrees which forever keep order in the infinite realm of manifested life are all based upon the one great principle of creation, love. That is the heart, the source of all, and the very hub upon which existence in form takes place.
Whoops. I should have had a bit of a lead in there. Sorry, everybody. I should have said that it was a time where we had that Guy Ballard, before he ascended, obviously, was having this business sort of transaction that was going on, and he was dealing with this very belligerent chap, and how the mighty God presence came through, and this flash of light came out, and this man fell to the floor, and and then obviously just this sort of human creation, the human consciousness was just lifted. It's just such an amazing story. So that's in Unveiled Mysteries for those that weren't here last week. Anyway, so we'll move on now, and we're going to listen to Saint Germain, also from Unveiled Mysteries. Just wonderful.
The Ascended Masters are really great batteries of tremendous power and energy, and whatever touches their radiance becomes highly charged with their light essence, through the same activity that makes a needle kept in contact with a magnet take on its qualities and become a magnet also. All their help and radiation is forever a free gift of love. This is the reason they never use any of their force to compel. The law of love, the law of the universe, and the law of the individual do not permit the Ascended Master to interfere with the free will of the individual, except at those periods of cosmic activity in which the cosmic cycle supersedes that of the individual. It is during these times the Ascended Master may give more than ordinary assistance. The earth has entered such a cycle now, and the greatest outpouring of the light the earth has ever known is being and will continue to be shed upon humanity to purify it and reestablish the order and love that is imperative for the future maintenance of our planet and the system of worlds to which we belong. All that does not or will not come into the action of order, balance, and peace must of necessity pass into some other schoolroom of the universe and work out its own understanding of this law in some other way than is to be the expression of the future life upon our planet. There is only one passport into the presence of these great ones, and that is enough love poured out to one's own God-self and to them, united with the determination to root out of the human all discord and selfishness. When an individual becomes determined enough to serve only the constructive plan of life, he disciplines perfectly his human nature, no matter how unpleasant the task. Then he will automatically draw to himself the attention of an Ascended Master, who will take note of his struggles and pour out courage, strength, and love, sustaining him, until he maintains the feeling of his permanent contact with the inner God-self. The Ascended Master knows and sees all concerning the student, for he reads clearly the record which the student has made in his own aura. This reveals the state of the disciple's development, his strength, as well as his weakness. The Ascended Master is the all-knowing mind and all-seeing eye of God, for from him nothing can be hidden. The one who wishes to come into the visible, tangible presence of the Ascended Host should understand that unless he makes himself a radiating sun of love, light, and perfection which the Master can expand and use as a part of himself, that he can direct to any place consciously at will, he would be useless, merely a barnacle and drain upon the Master's work and world. If the student has not, be not willing to, or does not discipline the personal self, so it is calm in mind, peaceful and loving in feeling, strong in body, he is not material that the Ascended Master can use in the more than human work that he does. When the student has not a strong, controlled, well-developed vehicle, he is unable to cooperate with an Ascended Master, and thus do work of a kind which is beyond that of ordinary human experience. Were one of these perfected beings to take a student without such qualities into his field of work, he would be making the same mistake one does in building a machine or home if he constructs it of imperfect material. That kind of material naturally could not stand unusual strain, under sudden need, or prolonged service. Thus it would not be the part of wisdom, love, or mercy to subject anyone to an experience for which he has neither the training nor is strong enough to bear. As the Ascended Masters are the acme of perfection, they naturally would not do anything except that which is just, loving, and wise. The attitude of one who wishes to work in conscious cooperation with the Ascended Host should not be, I wish I could go to them for instruction, but rather, I will so purify, discipline, and perfect myself, become such an expression of divine love, wisdom, and power, that I can assist in their work. Then I will automatically be drawn unto them. I will love so constantly, so infinitely, so divinely, that the very intensity of my own light will open the way for them to accept me. My son, self-correction and control of the forces within the use of human consciousness is not the work of a moment, nor a path of ease, lethargy, and self-gratification, for the senses riot within the average human being, and he rebels furiously against the restraint of his lower nature, which is imperative if he is to govern these forces properly within himself especially in his feelings, so they may be used and act only under the conscious dominion of his God-mind. The saying that many are called but few are chosen is very true. All are constantly being called, but few are awake enough to realize the ecstatic joy and perfection within the God-self, and to hear its voice in the light, forever and forever calling everyone back into the Father's house. Every individual on earth is free each moment to arise and go unto the Father, his God-self, if he will but turn his back upon the creation of the human senses and hold his attention on the only source in the universe from which peace, happiness, abundance, and perfection can come. There is a way for all to come into contact with the ascended masters, and that is to think upon them, call unto them, and they will answer every call with their own presence of love. But the motive for the call must be love of the one source, love of the light, love of perfection. If this be real, determined, and steadfast, the student will receive greater and greater light, for the light knows its own and gives of itself unceasingly, unconditionally, every moment. Ask, and ye shall receive. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Seek, and ye shall find. Call unto the light, and the ascended masters will answer you, for they are the light of this world.
Oh, such marvelous words from beloved Saint Germain. All right, so we're going to listen to more words from beloved Saint Germain. Fidelity and constancy brings the results. And it's actually part of a report from the Teach-On retreat, which I thought is quite apt because we're now coming up to the time where the Teach-On's soon to open on the 15th of this month. And it's also the time of submitting petitions. So I don't know, there's also quite a lot of information on that on the newsletter. I don't know if everybody got it. But anyway, this is what our beloved Saint Germain says. Do you know, beloved ones, 70,000 years ago does not seem such a long time. 70,000 years, this is a reference to the 70,000 year civilization, which is seen in Unveiled Mysteries. It is wiped out by the successful accomplishment of our united endeavors. Do you remember, my beloved friends, you who were the priests and priestesses of that civilization, which was an era of such great mercy and peace, how we together with other heart friends sat together many a time and pledged each other to endure. Now, through the power of light within our heart, within your hearts, you have passed through the shadows and imperfections of the long centuries that lie between. It was this remembrance that gave me hope through the centuries as the mare of human creation parted us temporarily, but yet was not dense enough to extinguish the light in your hearts during the long journey through the changing events of your various lives. As I look into your hearts and see the tremendous accomplishment of your lives, I rejoice again that you are the guardians of the perfection that will presently come forth and endure for all eternity. The magnificent accomplishment of your service in decrees should bring a feeling of gratitude and joy to your hearts as it does to mine. For I have invested my faith, my hope, my ultimate success in you, and you have not been found wanting. The attention of the students and the power of their decrees have made a great highway of light into the heart of the great Teton Mountain, where our half-yearly council is now in progress, accentuating the track made by the transmission of the flame and justifying our request for a definite focus of light to be established in the Western world for the benefit of the race. And it makes me happy to tell you that our request has been granted. And there, isn't that just marvelous? It's just so encouraging. Lovely words from our beloved Saint Germain. And now we're going to say this decree, which we do every week. There's this wonderful opportunity to call for our brothers and sisters that have passed out of their physical body and are caught in the psychic and astral realms. And so we say together with our mics muted, beloved presence of God, I am in me, and beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my heart, and beloved Saint Germain. While my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream, including that in my causal body, be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be drawn into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so that when they are summoned for re-embodiment by the lords of karma, they bring into incarnation only a heritage of perfection and carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We accept this done now with full cosmic power, and so be it, beloved I am, and we thank you. And just thinking back on that wonderful dispensation that was actually given to Archangel Michael and beloved Saint Germain when they asked to have these violet flame temples, they asked to be able to establish them right, throughout the psychic and astral realm, so that those ones that do pass out can go straight to the temples. I mean, what a wonderful gift of, just of love and forgiveness. Such a wonderful thing. And now we can call for people to be sent there. And now, beloved Terry is going to continue reading. Thank you so much, beloved Terry. Let me change the share here.
Thank you. Greetings, everyone. This is continued from last week. Precipitation from universal light substance. And this is a reminder. The introductory reading material is to remind the chelas of what is already theirs within them, what they have forgotten, remembering the cohesive power of the threefold flame in your heart. When the seven Elohim and the devas and builders of form unite and with one accord decide to manifest perfection in the physical appearance world at the conscious call of even one illumined chela, they invoke the assistance of uncountable legions of their own evolutions to assist them. The chela's service is to consciously open the door of his own uplifted consciousness, as well as that of all mankind, to the acceptance of the reality of the Elohim, devas, and builders of form, and the power of the Elohimic builders to assist mankind to produce perfection here and now. The chela must learn to concentrate upon his thought picture, filling it with the love of his heart, and know that the Elohim will assist him to bring forth the manifestation, if it is for the impersonal benefaction of all life, as well as the greater freedom of the individual chela from limitations, so that he can better serve the light and the world plan. Then he and others will be truly amazed at the speed of manifestation of his desired constructive creation, no matter what his age may be as measured by human calculation of time. Thus, to my children who, today, are dreaming about the utopia which they would desire to assist in manifesting, I say, go into action now, and with the assistance of the seven mighty Elohim, the builders of form, and the devic evolution, clothe your vision with light substance, and by the very persistency and constancy of your endeavors, invoke, manifest, sustain, and expand your manifestation in the physical appearance world. Such creations will be a permanent benefaction to the earth and her attendant evolutions. Saint Germain suggests we spend this time daily with our I Am presence. I wish each one of you to go by yourself sometime during the day for at least 5 minutes and talk to your I Am presence something like this. Great masterful presence which I am, I love, I adore thee. I give back unto thee the fullness of all creative power, all love, all wisdom, and through this power which thou art, I give thee full power to make visible in my hands and use the fulfillment of my every desire. I no longer claim any power as my own, for I now claim thee, the only and all-conquering presence in my home, my life, my world, and my experience. I acknowledge thy full supremacy and command of all things, and as my consciousness is fixed upon an achievement, your invincible presence and intelligence takes command and brings the fulfillment into my experience quickly, even with the speed of thought. I know that thou art ruler over time, place, and space. Therefore, thou requires only now to bring into the visible activity thy every perfection. Perhaps name something you wish to manifest that will bless you and the world. I stand absolutely firm in the full acceptance of this now and forever, and I shall not allow my mind to waver from it, for at last I know we are one. Beloved students, you may add or weave into this anything else you wish for your requirement, and I assure you, if you can live in this, I shall endeavor to help you do so. You will experience the opening of the floodgates of God's abundance. Saint Germain. Creating the permanent atom. The following section with the instruction of the permanent atom is provided by Master Paul the Venetian, currently the Mahachohan Paul. It needs reading repeatedly, slowly, and often to understand. Beloved Mahachohan Paul, they are like steps in a chemical process, none of which may be omitted to have a successful achievement. The permanent atom is the nucleus, the cohesive power around which the electronic substance is drawn to create the perfect physical form required. The electronic light fills the universe and contains within itself a central core of intelligent blue-white flame. This is the universal light substance, the body of God, unformed light substance holding within itself God intelligence. The Godhead, I Am, is the creative activity of life, the threefold flame, the triple activity of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. This is the only creative power in the universe. Meditate upon the foregoing until you can differentiate between the creative power and the light substance, which is the essence that obeys and becomes the clothing of the creative flame. The great cosmic threefold flame may multiply itself without limit and form points of consciousness anywhere in the universe. Whether it is the Godhead direct, the solar logi, or whether it is a spark from the Godhead, the I Am presence of the individual makes no difference. The fire of creation is equally powerful whether it is in the heart of the great central sun, Alpha and Omega, the highest beings in this galaxy, or in the heart of the man in the gutter. The electrons, as they flow into the life stream from the I Am presence into the physical heart, contain within themselves the fire of creation, and each electron may become the nucleus or cause of whatever form the individual decrees into existence. Thus, one electron may become the body of a child, the seed of a spiritual idea, the nucleus of a great international movement, the heart of a novel or a celestial symphony. The electrons which enter the heart and become part of the life stream of a self-conscious intelligence may be consciously projected into the electronic light substance, and around that minute and around that minute particle of the fire of creation, the universal substance is drawn. Without the permanent atom, the universal light substance remains unformed. The permanent atom is the cohesive power and is the divine will that draws the universal light substance into form. All creation is threefold. Let me show you the principle of creating that permanent atom. 1, the idea of creation reaches the outer mind. 2, the feelings of the individual nourish it rhythmically. 3, the physical action through the thought, word, and feeling of the outer self brings the form into being. 1,000 electrons moving at the speed of 100 light seconds around a central core of love form an atom, and the speed with which they move forms the sound of their note. When discord occurs, the discord, explodes within the atom, makes the electrons fly apart, changes their speed, and therefore their sound. Love and blessings, Maha Chohan. The law of precipitation revealed by the ascended master Paul the Venetian, now the Maha Chohan. 1, the permanent atom is the nucleus, the cohesive power around which the electronic substance is drawn to create the perfect physical form required. Neither breathing nor walking nor any other process of living can be accomplished in a haphazard manner, nor can the laws that govern the universe be applied by mere wishful thinking or wild ejaculations or incomplete application of cosmic principle. Please get that straight. 2, the electronic light, the universal substance unformed, is intelligent. The electronic light to which we refer, that fills the universe, contains within itself a central core of blue-white flame. This is the universal light substance, unformed but intelligent. 3, the creative power, the Godhead, the threefold flame. The Godhead is the creative activity of life, the threefold flame, the triple activity, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. This is the only creative power in the universe. Please re-study the above paragraphs until you can differentiate between the creative power and the light substance, which is the essence that obeys and becomes the clothing of the creative flame. 4, the threefold flame, the fire of creation, is as powerful in the heart of the man in the gutter as in the heart of the great central sun. The great threefold flame may multiply itself without limit and form points of consciousness anywhere in the universe. Whether it is the Godhead direct, the solar logi, or whether it is a spark from the Godhead, the mighty I Am presence in the individual, makes no difference. The fire of creation is equally powerful, whether it is in the heart of the great central sun or in the heart of the man in the gutter.
Thanks, beloved Terry. Okay, so there's a little bit of repeat there, but as he said, listen to it again and again. So it's just a really good thing for us to study carefully, I believe. All right, now we're going to listen. This is really sweet. A little girl singing to her animal friends. And what really made me laugh of it was when she was singing and the cat was like sitting there. And when she said the word cat, watch the little cat's ears flicker. They're definitely listening, these sweet animals. It's actually very sweet, I thought. So we're going to watch that.
just a little girl, a little girl. My hands are small, but they are full of love for everything. I love my dad, I love my mom, I love to play with grandma. And I love you. I love my dogs, I love my cats, I love all my beautiful pets, and I take care of them. My name is Emily, and I'm just a little girl, a little girl. My hands are small, but they are full of love for everything. I love the moon, I love the sun, freely I love to run, running to you. I love the flowers, I love the spring, freely I love to sing, singing with you. And when in the garden under the banana tree, I'm playing my piano for you, a smile on my face shines. My name is Emily, and I'm just a little girl. A little girl.
Oh, sweet Emily, such a sweet little girl. All right, so now we're going to say our decree for our beloved animal friends. And we say together, beloved, I am presence of all mankind. Charge your mighty light of mercy and compassion to flow through us all and bring comfort to the animal kingdom. May each human being remember and accept their responsibility as guardians and protectors of this planet's pure and innocent life until all is set free and their divine plans fulfilled. We so decree it, and so be it. In God's most holy name, I am. We accept it done, and we thank you. And that's just a lovely opportunity for us to always to call for our beloved animal friends. They need our calls. Now I'm going to continue reading from beloved Lord Gautama, from Friendship with the Gods. And it was continued from last week. And he says, I knew then that all these distressing appearances of desolation and imperfections were not God's will, nor according to his divine plan. Now, this process by which I made these various trips was projected consciousness. The very same process which you have been taught to use today. My physical form was seated beneath a tree in the forest. Of course, quite wasted because of the lack of rhythmic intake of food and drink, as well as from the lack of exercise. For remember, my search for the ultimate truth lasted 7 long years, and my body stayed in the forest all of that time. However, that body was sustained, in part at least, by the gifts of food and drink from passing travelers who saw it seated there. When the vital energies of my body would get too low, those divine beings who were assisting me would have me return to that body and partake of the food and drink which had been provided. Thus, I could resuscitate that body enough so that I could journey farther in projected consciousness. Never, never, never shall I forget my feelings of joy at seeing the beauty and perfection in those 7 spheres. To be successful in such a venture as I had undertaken, one must be altogether one-pointed in consciousness, invincibly determined to accept or stop at nothing short of the attainment of one's ultimate goal, no matter how magnificent or attractive other distractions might be to his consciousness. In this connection, let me tell you that just being able to witness the perfection in any one of the 7 spheres would be quite enough to divert one's attention and determination to further progress. As I have told you, I began my search for truth and directed my consciousness to the divine realms. First, I had to pass safely through the astral or psychic plane which surrounds the earth, at least for some 10,000 feet around it. Then, as I began to enter the divine realms, I entered first the 7th sphere that is presided over by the beloved Ascended Master Saint Germain. As that has been explained to you in previous issues of the Bridge, every life stream originally came forth from the heart of the Godhead, and by self-conscious choice decided to take the journey through those 7 spheres of divinity. So, having passed first through the first sphere and on through the 7th, when one returns to the Father's house, he must, of necessity, proceed through the 7th sphere first, as the spheres will be traversed in the reversed order from one's coming out from the Godhead. Do you see? So hopefully we see that. So that was beloved Lord Gautama. We know he sat beneath that Bodhi tree and went on and on and on upward until he stood in front of his mighty I Am presence. All right, so now we're going to listen to another one. It's about children, but this one really touched my heart. It was just too sweet. It's about a 4-month-old baby and really wanting to sing along. And I think if you haven't seen it before, it's a real treat. I hope you're going to enjoy it. Just the face of the baby is priceless.
The hardest thing I've ever done is keep believing there's someone in this crazy world for me. The way that people come and go through temporary lives, my chance might come and I might never know. I used to say no promises, let's keep it simple, but freedom only helps me say goodbye. It took a while for me to learn nothing comes for free. The price I paid was high enough for me. And I know I need to be in love. I know I've wasted too much time. I know I ask perfection of a quite imperfect world, and fool enough to think that's what I'll find. I know I need to be in love. I know I've wasted too much time. I know I ask perfection of a quite imperfect world, and fool enough to think that's what I'll find. It was so cute. Doug, the whole time that I was singing, he was like, singing with. It was the cutest thing in the world.
And it certainly was cute, that dear little baby. My goodness, and we know these wonderful souls come into these small bodies, and it's, I think, quite difficult for them. But anyway, so now beloved Antoinette is going to take us through our decrees. Thank you so much, beloved Ant.
Thank you, Anthea. And I think all of us had a smile on our face, just looking at the pure wonder in that little face. And all of us came into those little bodies. Now we're just in bigger bodies, but we still have got that wonderful feeling of innocence and joy and wonderment, this wonderful world that we're in. So now we begin with our decrees for the world. We say together, Mighty I Am Presence, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world, right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely and illumined the source, so they may never act again. And raise up to positions of power the divinely chosen leaders. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. And now our decree for the pillar of light. Beloved mighty I Am Presence, beloved Archangel Michael, and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me. Charge with your invincible protection, all powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. I am grateful that we are given whatever added protection is needed, and what we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. We just take a moment to see, to feel, to visualize this mighty tube of light, blue and crystal pillar of light surrounding each and every one of us. Impenetrable, protective pillar of light around ourselves, our loved ones, our friends and families, and all constructive people, places, conditions, and things across the face of the earth. We thank you. Our decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice, blazing throughout the world, right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury in every court throughout the world. Knowing that I am all-powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, right now and forever. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I Am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I Am Presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree, I am the presence, charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. And now this wonderful opportunity that we have to invoke the violet flame together, that flame of freedom, this flame that has the ability to shatter, dissolve, consume and transmute all discordant energy, all miscreations of any kind, setting it all free from that which was never meant to be. So we say together, Mighty I, beloved Saint Germain, and those that minister to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire and cause a mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now, and I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels descend with your purple wands of fire and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all, cause, core, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. And now, as beloved Victory asks of us, we reach out, take his hand, fill ourselves with that feeling of victorious accomplishment as we say together, I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the victory of the light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, right now and forever. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and doubled each hour until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And now we end off, as we always do, by making this call to the secret love star, that mighty focus of cosmic divine love from the great central sun, shining in the heavens for this 2,000-year period. That supreme light that cannot be requalified with human thoughts or feelings. And as we see and visualize that great star of light, we ask that each one of us, every man, woman, and child, all elemental life, be clothed in the substance from the secret love star. That substance that pushes out all imperfection, all limitation, all disharmony of any kind, filling our etheric, physical, mental, and emotional bodies with love, peace, charity, courtesy, grace, and goodwill, with those feelings of unity, one brotherhood, Saint Germain's holy family. Beloved secret love star, make each and every one of us, all mankind and all elemental life, a living sun of pure divine love. We just take a moment and send our gratitude and deep love to all the beings of light who maintain and sustain this great gift, this focus of cosmic divine love. Mighty I Am presence of all mankind, come forth, charge every man, woman, and child, or life on this sweet earth, in light and love from the secret love star, and keep it eternally sustained. We thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, beloved aunt. Absolutely marvelous. Such a wonderful feeling.
I think you muted Anthea.
Oh, thanks, Aunt. You're asking people why they're not responding. Okay, sweet. All right. So I actually asked Jenna if she'd like to read it. Jenna, are you there?
Yes, I am, and I would love to. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before ending the session, we all say with our mics muted, Beloved I Am presence and beloved Master Katumi, nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world and in the world of all my fellow men. Beloved presence of God, I am, pour the light of thy great glory upon my consciousness so that the seeds planted by the masters may be nourished. We thank you.
Perfect. Bless your heart. Thank you so much, Jenna. Oh, there we are. So that's it, everybody, for this week. Let's just take a moment just to open our hearts and just send love and gratitude first and foremost to our own beloved I Am Presence for bringing us all together. And then just beloved ascended ones for these marvelous, marvelous teachings. Just deep gratitude. Yeah, we're truly blessed. Okay, wonderful. So I'm actually going to stop the recording.